Hello and welcome back to Iraq. Today I'm leaving the capital Baghdad and heading south. Currently in my hotel lobby here waiting for the driver. We are going to start with Babylon this morning, which I'll give you more details about once we're there. So currently here, just by the entrance to the Babylon historical site. As you may know, traveling in Iraq, you will have to go through various checkpoints at different times, which is why I am touring around the country with Bil Weekend with my own driver and tour guide. Assalamu alaikum, you want to say hello?
Hello.
This is my driver. And so it just makes the whole process much easier, smoothens out a lot of the things when they hand over your passport in the different checkpoints, and just kind of gives you that bit of leverage that, oh, you're with a tour, you're paying, you're a tourist. Whereas if you're on your own, perhaps you might get more questions, as the new visa on arrival thing is still a very new thing. Anyway, the link to Bil Weekend is in the description, as I mentioned in the last video. I will show bits with my guide here in Babylon and later on in Karbala as well.
How do you say
So after going through a couple checkpoints, we are now here at the entrance to Babylon itself here. A reconstruction of the famous Ishtar Gate is behind me here, the blue and the patterns which are so iconic to Babylon. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and there is just so much history. 2300 BC, it's one of the most ancient places in the world. I'll talk a little bit more about it as we go inside and explore.
This is the Ishtar Gate, and this is the procession street that we're going to see. And these are a few temples and zikr that Babylon used to have. Right now, most of the city is not excavated yet. It's a few meters down the floor.
So as we enter into the site, this here was the main procession street of Babylon, and behind me here, all of this was built during the 70s and 80s to give you an idea what it looked like, although of course not being able to fully recreate the true great extent of this ancient city. This here was the original location of the Ishtar Gate. Ishtar was the Mesopotamian goddess of love and war. Here we can see some original work contrasted with the 20th century bricks that have been added to support old parts of the temples and structures. So here we are down below, beneath where Ishtar Gate was, the present day street level compared to where it was. Incredible carvings, the details on the animals on the sides here, with space to step aside to let important people or the emperor pass when he needed to.
A dragon, the legs of a lion, an eagle, and a snake. And this represents the main god of Babylon, which is Marduk.
A lot of the bricks here at Babylon contain the world's oldest writing system, cuneiform, even paw marks on this particular one. Looking close up today, we can see the inscriptions of Nebuchadnezzar. He went to the trouble of writing his name and the achievements of his empire on every single brick. the Lion of Babylon, an iconic sculpture here to warn off any potential attackers or invaders, that if you try to take the city, you will have the same fate of this man as the Lion of Babylon will be what gets you. This was all located in central southern Mesopotamia. From around the 18th to the 6th century BC, it was at its prime, you could say. Here we have the Northern Palace, which was excavated very recently, only in 2002, on the hill just here. I mean, the other side is what it would have looked like before then, and you can just see by digging down below, almost anywhere around this site, you're going to uncover lots of archaeological ruins.
This is the main hall, and there is a hole right there. The hole right there has the gates on the side. This hall has the gate in the middle. And the reason of this is to make an echo in order for the emperor to have a speech here. Everybody can listen.
This right here is the throne hall, and likely this is where Alexander the Great passed away. We know that he died at Babylon. We can only imagine what it would have looked like. These bricks give us some idea to the scale.
You said you should taste it at least.
Okay. So there's a great big Iraqi family here eating lunch, and I just wanted to take a quick shot of the dolma because I haven't seen any in Iraq so far. But Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
They've gifted some to me. So
Hi.
the dolma is tamam.
تمام. هاي ماكو مثلها.
ولك روح خلنا صورة ماكو مثل أنت. I went picture with you.
Okay. Tamam.
You have to give one plate at least as a good what do you call it?
A goodwill gesture.
Exactly.
Could you just show how much dolma they ended up giving us?
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
I actually told them to give me very few, and that was very few.
We are now here at the top of the hill, overlooking ancient Babylon, wonderful views. And just behind me is Saddam Hussein's palace. He spent a couple of $1 billion building opulent and elaborate palaces for himself all over Iraq, and this one is arguably the most well known. By building his palace at this site, it is a classic piece of appropriation taken right out of the dictator's playbook to compare yourself to other great members of a previous civilization and just stamp your authority on the present day, which is what he did. If you look on the bricks in Babylon, you will see his inscriptions which have his name, just like the ancient kings did.
So this is the head of Saddam, and on the left you can see some Ishtar and the lion that we saw on Ishtar Gate, and the Ashur, and some things from Babylon and the Arabism. And
It's said that Saddam actually only came to stay here for just one night, but all the staff had to be ready with the food, and all the employees had to be prepared because at any moment he could turn up. But for years and years he didn't, and in fact this place was more or less just built for the purposes of Iraq. in his eyes, rather than a place he would actually come on holiday or to relax. It was more for the impact of showing his authority, I would imagine. Here you'll see two letters of the Arabic alphabet, Sad and Ha, representing Saddam Hussein. All the way up it goes. You'll see the markings in his name absolutely everywhere, dotted around the palace. Today the remnants of graffiti still inside. They haven't yet decided whether to turn it into a museum or what to do with it, but I think for historical value, that should probably be the best course of action. The swimming pool right there, and some more shots of the outside. After 2003, this place, of course, was destroyed. The people came and damaged everything and stripped it bare, as you can imagine. And it's quite a thought to think that today you can now walk around this palace fairly freely, when once it was only accessible really to one person who was believed to have been above everybody else. Having left Babylon, we are now here in the town or small city of Hillah, and we are going to have some lunch before then heading on to Karbala. So sat down here in the non-family section, here with Hussein and Mohammed, the driver. And what have we got here, by the way?
We have mandi, which is rice, and they don't have the chicken mandi, they have the meat mandi.
Okay.
Which is a lamb.
Yeah.
Meat. And of course the hummus, the leban, and some soup here. And now we are waiting for the kebab.
Yeah. All right. Well,
because we cannot start. Okay, we can start.
We
with
can
the
dig
kebab.
in. Let's dig in.
Yeah, and of course we cannot end the whole thing without the Iraqi bread.
Of course. More food has arrived. They are enormous.
Mm-hmm. There's onion.
Yeah.
And lemon, tomatoes, basil leaf.
Yeah. Following our lunch at Hillah, we took the journey here to Karbala, which took, I guess, between 30 to 45 minutes. And this is my hotel. There is a balcony, and I'm not sure if there's much of a view. Let's find out. Originally, I was thinking of putting Babylon and Karbala into one video, but I think I'm going to make it 2 separate videos. Let's see, bit of a sunset over there. Not the best view in the world, but a slight skyline of Karbala. Now, this is one of the most sacred sites for Shiite Muslims in the world, which I'll get to in the next video. But in terms of Babylon, I'm going to end things here, so do stay tuned. My Instagram is @JasonBillamTravel. I'd really appreciate followers. I'm trying to reach 50k followers. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of Babylon and seeing Saddam's abandoned palace, and lots more coming. I'm going to take a nap for an hour or so, take a shower, and then we're going to head out and see the famous shrines here in Karbala and visit some of the souks. So I'll see you on the next video. Peace.